Slate and Brush with Pretzels in History, and we're here in Washington, D.C. at the International Spy Museum. It's an interesting place. I mean, the name says it all, probably. Have you ever heard of such a thing? I haven't until recently. And I guess this building is brand new, according to what I read online, which is really nice. So we're going to go in and take a look and see what kind of exhibits they have. It sounds like a really neat experience. Well, take a look, and if you like what you see, maybe you can come check it out. I have an interesting story to tell related to spies and my family, and I can go into that as we take the tour.
Because we are in Men in Black elevator right now. There's no buttons to line, no buttons to push. They just take us right to wherever we need. This table here?
Take a badge.
Undercover mission. We are going undercover mission. I don't know what our mission is, but we're gonna find out what it is. It's like a 3 to 5 hour thing. So this is Katie B here with Pretzels in History with Slate and Brush.
What is it that might attract you? Intrigue? The seduction of danger? Or maybe a sense of adventure? To become a spy requires a commitment to secrecy, a life hidden in the shadows. To collect that one piece of information, make that one connection that could make all the difference.
Virginia, the legal property of the Armistead family. I was also a spy for the Patriots. There are many tales of what I did, a lot of speculation, but few historical records. What I can tell you is that I was a grown man during the war for American independence. And when the Marquis de Lafayette sailed all the way from France to join the fight against the British, I went to serve him with Mr. Armistead's permission. Of course, I might have run away to the British, who promised freedom to slaves willing to join their side, but I didn't. Why not, you ask? Well, maybe I yearned for an independent nation, one without a king, answering to its own people. So I served the Marquis de Lafayette, and I served him well. He needed a man who could slip into the British camps, sly as a fox.
Good day, gentlemen. This is the
pre-recorded briefing made prior to your departure, in which for security reasons of the highest importance has been known on board during the mission only by your HAL 9000. Now that you are in Jupiter's space and the entire crew survives, to be told.
And basically flirt with the guard. Hello, how are you reading? And the guy just started talking to me, you know. I would give him a lot of intelligence just for those kinds of operational activities.
We actually had to do a better job, and the men we were working with.
I worked in MI5 for 27 years. I started off with the bottom, and we were regarded as people who would help the men. So we mounted what was needed.
I don't know what you're talking about, Al.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect.
Al! Al!
research though, if y'all know like what a pack of playing cards looks like, in one of the cases, and I don't know if Leighton got this, but they used the cards as a map. The agents would use it as a secret code to know on their escape on how to exit, of where to go, so that way they didn't get killed. Yeah, a little deck of cards. That means a map had to be written on the back of these like little card things. So imagine that you had to use cards to escape. And they also had like a bra and like a diaper strap-on thing, like a sumo wrestler, where for women to wear that were, you know, doing pregnant, like to make them look like they're pregnant, even though they're not, with a camera somewhere on them, even though they weren't pregnant. Yeah, I read that too. And they also use cigarettes and cameras too, and shoes. Yeah, believe it or not, like slim, like little slim cigarettes they put cameras in, and their actual shoes too to wear. To me, this stuff is amazing and interesting to learn. I mean, whoever thought? A camera and cigarettes.
This here is a spinning device used for creating code messages, and I'm going to try and use it real quick. We're going to try and spell out Pretzels, the first few letters of Pretzels in history and code. Alright, so...
Oh boy. Boy.
I'm making some assumptions here.
Okay, so honestly, guys, to be honest, I know Leighton says you can make some options, but this is going to take me forever because I have no idea how to do this. I'm not very good.
I don't think there's much to it, but I think the basic idea is that if you line everything up the way that it is and then spin it like a set amount.
Lining up like by P with P and R and R and
spin it like half a turn, for example. Half a turn would give you a completely different set of letters. So like, if you wanted to spell out pretzel, you would use C instead of a P, and you would use an E instead of an R, and then you'd use a G instead of a T, and that would, in order to decipher it, you do the same thing only backwards.
Exactly. It kind of reminds me of, do you remember as a kid where they had activities where it would be just like that, where it was where they have like letters, but there would be a different letter, and then it would be like a whole sentence or maybe just a word that you spelled out. That's what it exactly reminds me of. Kind of like the number counting thing, like color blue is 1, and that's what that reminds me of. Activities like that when I used to do as a kid. Next thing I hear something spinning, I'm like, what the hell is that? Next thing is somebody else spinning the code thing. It's like, no, I'm okay. This is a little bit jumpy, guys. Like, honestly, this museum, like, you know, you're standing there and, you know, you're so caught up in as soon as something's talking or whatever, you get jumpy because you weren't expecting it. It already happened to me when, the Lafayette spy guy was talking. Yeah, he scared me. I was not expecting him to turn on and talk like that. But yeah, this is it's a cool place. It's a little jumpy though. Some of the way.
Talking about Washington.
Yeah, I did a report on him once in high school.
Well, we're continuing my report about the book that we're going to be learning about. I don't know if you can see me.
I can.
Okay, so like I was saying before, I come from an area where there is a lot of revolutionary, colonial type of activity. It's an area that really hasn't changed much, which makes it interesting. A lot of it's forest, a lot of it's wooded. There's a big town there now, but during colonial times and during the time that book took place, there was not much going on as far as things that were established. One of the things that I mentioned earlier was that there's a story to do with a spy in my family. According to that book, my great-grandfather to the 6th power, George the Bar, was approached by a spy during the Revolutionary War, and during that time the spy requested, according to the book, the spy introduced himself as a British spy to my great-grandfather and asked him if he could stay the night at his quarters, at his place, and my grandfather decided to be a nice guy and said, "You're more than welcome." Apparently my great-grandfather was a character, and we can learn more about him if we want, if we want to go down that road. But the following day, after he let the spy stay at his house, the U.S. Army showed up, locked him up, and took him to Philly because he was harboring a spy. And at that point, he was labeled what they called a Tory, which was somebody that was against the American Revolution at the time. So that, I think, really affected people in my family because it's in this book. It's documented. A lot of my family members, I think, were probably thrown into the Tory camp. And I don't know if my family line has ever recovered from it fully. We have some people that join the military. It's not like we're all against the American military or anything like that. But it's a fact that this is documented in history. And about my name, Leighton, it's a kind of an odd name. But today, I was just reading in the history books, there was a ship called Leighton during the Revolutionary War, 1776, that came over from Britain, and I don't know, maybe, just maybe, a spy may have come on that ship. I don't know. It may be a far cry to make that type of a leap, but who knows?
Garcia had sent 40 reports detailing British but the Nazi command did not leave to disrupt the war. 119,000 men set out from the
Should I do my joke now?
over 60
Alright guys, if Leighton and I do make it to really big in Hollywood someday, we would like to thank our fans. We'd like to thank each other, our family supporting us, and thank you so much for this globe. They like me. They really, really like me.